I'm here for a matter that shows that men are scum. I needed 350k for my business, and my friend introduced me to this guy. He gave me 350k and said I should pay back in 4 months. In between that time, the guy and I got close and we started doing stuff. Now it's 4 months and he's asking me to pay the 350k back. It's really weird for me. If she wanted the fact that they had been intimate together to cancel these debts, then she should have had a discussion with him on the first day that he initiated intimacy. Omo, agreement is agreement though. If you like, give him snake in the eagle's shadow style every time you had sex.
You must pay back.
The moment he started having sex with you, he lost the money. Back off and go and focus on her business to look for a way to pay her debts. Hi guys, welcome back to True Tales and Thoughts. So today we're going to be reading some stories about people who need advice from the Instagram page joroolumofin. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and do so. Like the video, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first story says, please, I need urgent advice. I just gave birth and my husband and I are packing out soon to go to a bigger place. Imagine my husband's brother, who is 5 years older than me, is begging my husband that he wants to stay with us. How can I be taking care of my child and have a useless elderly person in his late 30s staying with us? He's still staying with his parents and now he wants to leave them and come and stay with us. I love my own privacy so much. He's washing my hubby's clothes and now he's saying he wants to manage my husband's business so that the business can move well and that he sees visions, and he's very spiritual. The man is jobless. He causes trouble wherever he goes and always ends up sleeping in police cells. And now he wants to bring all that trouble to us. He was actually staying with us before, but he had a falling out with my husband and he had to leave. The problem they had at that time was just because I didn't give him food on time and he thought that my husband had told me not to cook for him. So they got into an argument and we had to call security. I am just 21 years old. I just gave birth. So how do I take care of all these stressful things all alone? Please advise. Well, in my opinion, I think that this girl needs to have a very serious conversation with her husband. I think it's actually a good thing that this brother-in-law of hers stayed with them before and they had a falling out. So I'm sure that the husband will not be very surprised if she comes and tells him, look, I don't want this brother to stay with you. Do you understand? I know that sometimes people's family is their family. They always say blood is thicker than water. Oh, he's my brother. Where do you want him to go? Will I throw him away? Yeah, he's a troublemaker. But will I throw him away? Yeah, I get it. I get all that. Especially African families, I understand. It's your brother. Even if they're killing you, yes, it's your brother. I get it. But at the same time, this is too stressful. This girl, she's just 21. Like 21, you're still a baby. She's 21, she just gave birth. She doesn't need all the stress, right? I think that she should really sit her husband down when he's in a good mood. Talk to him respectfully. Like, put on your baby face and talk to this man. Cry. Do everything you can so that this brother of his does not come and stay with you. I don't think that is a major problem. I just think she needs to convince her husband. Girl, you know your husband most. You most definitely know him more than the rest of us know him. So you know what to do. Do everything to convince him that this man should not stay. I understand that it's his brother, but he can help him from a distance, you know. He can put him on an allowance. He can do something for him from a distance. I realized that in African families, we always like to, it's almost like a normal thing that your family members stay with you. For me, I don't have any problem with that, but that's if the family member too is a productive person, a resourceful person, someone that can at least be a peaceful person, right? So this man is clearly not that. So I think the husband can help him from a distance, maybe help him to open a business, but he's clearly the kind of person that is not very productive. So he can send him an allowance, give him allowance. Maybe they can give him an amount of money every month, right? But she needs to do everything so that man does not step foot in their house. That's all I'm going to say about this. So let's go to the comment section. This one said, your story is similar to mine. God delivered me when my hubby sent him abroad. But then he gave room for the younger one to come. Omo, I'm praying for you. Oh my God. This one said, if you know you don't want any visitors, stay in a small apartment. Why? So I'm not going to evolve in life because I'm trying to avoid visitors. No way. I'm going to stay in the apartment that I deserve to stay in, okay? This one said, your husband should get him an apartment. Then you'll be free from him. Beg your husband to do it. I mean, if they have the means, that would be fantastic. Just get him a small apartment where he can just be there. He has his own accommodation. By all means, if they can afford it, by all means. I'm not saying they should not help the brother. I'm just saying that they should help him from a distance. You don't need to stay with somebody for you to get help from them, right? Because the guy he's too nosy and he does not seem like a very productive person. This one said, for what? Madam, no gree, oh. Please, this one that he wants to be engaging in your husband's business. He no go kill your husband, take the business like this. Madam, no gree. Exactly. This one said, let him leave the household, cause most jobless men have bigger problems. You will soon become his housemate. This one says, tell him if he lets his brother stay with you in your new house, you will move to your parents' house with your child. You better fight this now, baby. He will kill your husband and claim all his property. Oh my God. This one said, just say that you don't feel safe. You want to be free in your house, to be able to walk around naked in bomb shorts in your own house and not be feeling conscious. Tell him that the next situation is going to affect is your ex-life. Yeah, that's a good method. Oh my God. This one says, tell your husband that if his brother moves in, you're moving out. This one said, my dear, please, you don't even need this kind of stress, I beg. Discuss this with your husband, and if he insists, get a maid to deal with all that stress. This one said, sit your husband down and tell him all this, how you're not comfortable with him staying with you guys and managing his business. Then give him reasons to see things from your point of view. Yeah. This one said, come on, my sister. I am more old school, which is best, but others may disagree. In my opinion, the best is that you should stay out of your husband and his brother's relationship. No, but she cannot stay out of the relationship if it's now affecting her. The man is literally coming to stay in her home. So at that point, you're not giving me any choice. I'm involved in your relationship, so I need to take my own stance. If he decides to help his brother from afar, as far as it does not negatively affect my family, I don't mind. But let it be from afar, because the man is not peaceful. This one said, now why before you marry, check the siblings of your spouse to be sure they get sense. So, well, this one said, if your husband insists on him coming, tell him the package will include a complimentary maid and nanny. You won't even notice he is in the house if you don't have to cater for him. But sometimes some people will make you notice. There's no way, you have to notice. Especially these people that don't like peace. They will make you notice. You will not have a choice. This comment said, please don't even allow it. Rather advise your husband to rent him a place far from you guys. Let your husband know how stressful it would be for you and the fact that your privacy as a married couple will be on the line. The next one said, before you marry a man, these are one of the things that should be talked about. Are you guys going to allow third parties to stay with you in your marriage? This is one of the things that scatter marriages. How will a full-grown man with no job be staying in my house and I will be feeding him? Call possible. I will get tired no matter how good and caring I am. If you are beautiful, the man will take advantage of you, and you are 21 years old. You are still young. Imagine a new house. You and your husband will not even enjoy it. Tell your husband to go and rent a room far away. I like the people say far. Let him go far away. Because if you rent a place for him close to you guys, he might just end up staying with you because it will just be too convenient. You know, he will just leave his place in the morning and just come and hang out with you guys the whole day. So I think they should even send him to a different city, far away, maybe to the north. In Kaduna. If they're in Lagos, then I'm sending him to Kaduna or Kano. Oh my God. This one said, I'm wondering how a 34-year-oldish man will marry a 21-year-old that should still be furthering her career and education. But what do I know? May the Lord help you. Well, 34 and 21, that's a big age gap. Yeah, but it happens. It happens. You don't know her situation. So let's not even go there. This one said, please refuse immediately to save your marriage. Talk to your husband to rent him a place instead of giving up your own sanity, because that's what it's going to get to. The last comment said, giving birth alone is stressful, darling, and congratulations. Communicate this with your husband. Whatever decision he makes, you just have to trust him and submit. Yeah, I know. She'll just have to try. Girl, try your best to convince this man. Try your best. But, ultimately, if the man says, if he puts his foot down that, okay, my brother must come and stay with me, that's the man you married. You chose him, right? So you just have to submit. Okay. So let's move to the next story. So the next story says, he is asking for the 350k. Joro, I'm here for a matter that shows that men are scum. I needed 350k for my business, and my friend introduced me to this guy, and she said he's generous. He gave me 350k and said I should pay back in 4 months. In between that time, the guy and I got close and we started doing stuff, aka being intimate. It happened over 14 times. He will call me and I will take keke to his place. Keke is public transport, like a tuk-tuk, a tricycle. Even on my period, he will say we should get intimate. Now it's 4 months and he's asking me to pay the 350k back. It's really weird for me. I'm just wondering, didn't the intimacy we have cancel the 350k? Like, we did stuff and I cook for him at his place sometimes. Sometimes I cook about 3 different dishes for the week. He pays for the food stuff, but I cook it. Am I still owing him? Please advise. You know, guys, I can understand how this is weird, that the guy is asking for the money back, because now they're having a thing together, of which I'm sure she doesn't even know what kind of thing she's having with this guy. Because if you listen to how it started by her saying, I needed 350k for my business and my friend introduced me to this guy and said he's generous. So I think she was actually looking for financial aid, not a relationship, right? But it so happened that they started having a relationship. So I can understand how it's weird, right? It's weird that your quote-unquote boyfriend will be asking you for money back. But in my personal opinion, I would say that she needs to pay this money back. Why? That's just because that is the agreement they had, right? That was the agreement they initially had, and no adjustments were made to that agreement. Do you understand? If she wanted the fact that they had been intimate together to cancel these debts, then she should have had a discussion with him on the first day that he initiated intimacy, right? She should have said, okay, you know, I'm owing you 350k. Now we are going to be intimate. I would like that the fact that we're not having a thing should automatically cancel my loan. If he agreed to that, then the loan has been cancelled. That means the initial agreement has been modified, right? So then she will not have to pay. If he didn't agree to that, she will now choose with a clear mind whether she wants to still be intimate with this guy or back off and go and focus on her business to look for a way to pay her debts. Because now, for some reason, I have the impression that she went ahead to be intimate with this guy, not because she really wanted to, but because she wanted to cancel her debts. But the mistake that she made was she did not renegotiate the terms and conditions of her agreement. She just went in with assumptions that, oh, if I'm sleeping with him, if I cook for him, then automatically, my loan has been cancelled, of which is not the case, you know. And now she's saying men has come because the man is asking her back for his money. I think that man has every right to ask her for that money, and she has the responsibility to pay this man back. So you guys, let me know what you think, but those are my thoughts. I think she was trying to sell herself for 350k without letting the guy know that, look, since we are now doing this thing, you need to cancel this debt, you know. So I think she's feeling used, because I don't think that she liked this guy, but she did this thing so that she doesn't have to pay that money back. Well, that's life, you know. You did not renegotiate, and honestly, that's on her. So let's see what people are saying in the comment section. Oh my gosh. Let me see. The first comment said, pay him his money. You started sleeping with him and cooking so you don't have to pay back. That guy now, like me, business is business. Pay his money back. Stuff no go cancel 350k. This one said, how I wish I could comment on this post with a voice note. Chai, this thing is paining me, sha. Why would you not want to pay him back? Simply because you guys had intimacy. What are our girls turning into self? Omo, agreement is agreement oh. If you like, give him snake in the eagle's shadow style every time you had sex.
You must pay back.
This person is taking this thing personally. This one said, do you agree you should be exchanging sex for money? If you don't, pay up. This one said, the sex part wasn't discussed prior to the money. You should have discussed it when the sex was initially initiated. Thank you very much. You both enjoyed the whole escapade. Go on and pay his money back. Be wise in your next dealing. This one said if she really wanted to pay back, she wouldn't have slept with him and cooked for him or visited his house. It was all a setup and the guy fell for it. The fact that the guy lent money to her doesn't mean she was compelled to offer anything he asked for. Yeah, that's also a point. I feel like the guy shouldn't have mixed business and pleasure. It's just weird, it's just weird. I think if I was in the guy's position, I would no longer consider it as a loan. I'll just consider it as a gift because I'm already having a thing with this person, and I don't really believe in like a boyfriend lending money to his girlfriend. I think he should just give her gifts, unless there are obviously exceptions, but I just prefer that my partner just gives me gifts. I don't really believe in lend me this or lend me that. Just give me a gift. That's better for me. This one said business is business. Anything between you means you had underlying motive and you didn't want to pay in the first place. This one said when a man mixes business with pleasure, he stops being a man. Yo, that's extreme. If you want to do business, do business. If you want pleasure, go for it and pay for it. Never trade your business with female private part. If you don't pay him, my dear, he can't do anything to you, because the moment he started having sex with you, he lost the money. Even if it was once, he lost it. If you get to the police, tell them he agreed to give you money if you have sex with him. So basically, tell them you're a sex worker. Case closed. You don't owe him kobo anymore, please. This one said, Madam, now you give him. He didn't force you. You assumed that he wouldn't ask you for the money after being intimate with him. No borrow. You borrow money and promise to pay back. Now it is time to pay. So pay up. Oh my God. This one said, I don't understand. Nah intimacy, you want pay back the guy money. Biko, pay the guy his money. Yeah, this one said, you should pay. This is a mistake some ladies make. This guy is so generous. He decided to lend you money and now you're giving him sex in place of his money and think he will be okay with that. Agreement is agreement, sis. Even when he asked you for sex, you should have been able to decline. But no, you ran into his arms because you assumed that will cancel your debts. Exactly. This one said, yes, you should pay. You had an agreement, so pay up. Your agreement didn't include objectifying yourself for him. You chose to do the stuff you did with him. Exactly. Nobody forced her. But I really think it was based on the assumption that debt will be cancelled. That is why she did it. She does not even like this guy. This one said, you chose to be a cheap girl. Business is different from pleasure. You are sick throwing yourself down for cheap sex over 350k. You are a disgrace to womanhood. Hey, pay him his money. You owe him. He is not scum. You freely gave yourself away. So pay up. Wow, that was quite extreme. This one said, why did you mix business with pleasure? Baby. Biko, go and pay his money. You borrow 350k or you no borrow. Did he force you to do the do or cook for him? Pay back his money, Joro. This one said, you are owing him, baby girl. Pay the money back. It is the audacity to even ask us if you're still owing him. He lent money to you. You promised to pay back on a certain day. Keep to your word and pay back. Leave all these other matters you're coming with. It's not relevant. This one said, yeah, sister, you are totally living in a world by yourself. Assumptions plus stupidity at its peak. Even if it's your husband, once he said, I'm lending you money, you have to pay back. Not to talk of a man you just met. You sold yourself. No, you slaved yourself in assumption, and I pray you didn't use part of the money to cook for this guy. The only thing that will help you now is to pay part of the money, then beg him to give you some time to pay the rest. Oh my God. This one said, sadly, you didn't discuss and agree with the man. So technically, you still have a debt hanging over you. Exactly. Has she discussed that, okay, now this money is turned into a gift? That would have been different. But she didn't. Pay him and be free from it. Next time, have a conversation before getting into such contracts. Assumptions have killed many. Pele, my dear, but you say bado. You been the plan for not pay and back, ba? Oh my God. This one said, I don't understand. Were you trying to pay back with your body? Is the guy your boyfriend Or did he just demand for sex just like that, and you to carry yourself even on your period go? I guess maybe you were enjoying the sex as well. We'll take the last comment that said, you didn't tell him you were doing a shower business now. Since you want to exchange money with sex, then yikes. Pay him his money, sis. You mix business with pleasure. Agreement is agreement. You didn't have an agreement to pay in kind, so pay up. Yo guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think she should pay up, or do you think the sex and the cooking cancels the debts? Let me know. So guys, so finally comes to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.